Good morning, everyone. It's Declan here from Central YMCA in London. I hope you are keeping safe and well during this time and looking after yourselves. So today's session, I'm going to be doing some chair-based Pilates. I've done these in previous YouTube videos. So if you go to the playlist button, sort of at the top when you go to the page and click on that, it'll take you to the options of whether you want to do some Zumba Gold, strength training, or sort of chair-based sessions. There's like a whole range of different workouts that you can do. I haven't done Pilates for a while, so if you kind of not too sure, maybe go back and have a look at one of the original ones just to familiarize yourself. Pilates is very much about your breathing, your core connection with your abdominals and your pelvic floor. So you'll hear those words quite a bit. If you haven't done Pilates before, then just join in or watch the video first and then do the workout. You'll need a chair, which is behind me, preferably a solid chair like that. If you have any injuries you're working with, just be mindful of those and listen for some modifications as well. And remember, Pilates is very much about your posture and your sort of spine, as well as your abdominal muscles. And everyone's spine or skeleton is different. So what may feel comfortable for one person may feel challenging for another. So just sort of don't be too hard on yourself if you struggle with some of the movements first. Just work on it, build it up over time. For the session, ideally you would need a sort of a soft ball. And if you have a band, a stretch band, Dynaband at home, if you don't, you're welcome to use a fairly long towel. And if you don't have a ball, just a reasonably thick hardcover book would be good as well. So, or don't use anything at all. The props are just there as extra. You don't need them completely for the workout. So let's get started. I'm going to move back into the chair. So I'm just going to come down seated. You'll see I'm in bare feet. I would advocate that you be in bare feet for this, just so that you can move your toes a little bit and ankles. If you want to be in socks, you're more than welcome to, but please no shoes. The other thing I'm going to say is wear comfortable clothing, so loose-fitting clothing that you can move around in, nothing that constricts you or anything like that. And have a bottle of water close by as well, just so you keep hydrated, please. So the first thing with Pilates, we're going to revisit our breath. So I would like you, just for a few seconds, you can actually just sit back in your chair and kind of relax for a few seconds. Pop your hands onto your thighs. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor. Relax them a little bit, so the knees might want to gently drop out, and that's fine. We're just going to focus on our breath. So what I'd like you to think about is just gently breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth, through gently pursed lips. So let's just do that quietly. So breathing in through the nose, out through pursed lips, in through the nose again, out through pursed lips. Let's do that a few more times, please. Lovely. Now, what I'd like you to do is just gently move forward in the chair, starting to think about your spine lengthening up. Place your hands on your rib cage and just spread your fingers out. So kind of the rib cage that runs along the side of the abdominal area. Now, as you breathe in, you'll feel the rib cage expand out like a balloon. As you exhale, you'll feel it draw in. So just do that a few times. Breathe in through the nose. Rib cage expands. Breathe out through the mouth. The rib cage draws in and down. So a few more times now. Breathing in through the nose. Just do one more, please. And then just relax. So that sort of connection with your rib cage is important because you kind of want to feel the rib cage expand as you inhale, and as you breathe out, it draws in, similar to how you blow into a balloon, and then it kind of expands, and then let air out, and it sort of starts to get smaller. So just have that image in your mind. We're going to start about drawing our tummy muscles in, so contracting the abdominal muscles, navel is drawing in, and at the same time, you're going to think about just gently connecting with your pelvic floor. So your pelvic floor is that tiny diamond-shaped muscle that you use when you are perhaps stuck on a train from here to Paris and there's no toilets working whatsoever. So you've got to really pull the pelvic floor up to support you. So that's your pelvic floor engagement, and that really helps to fire off your deeper abdominal muscles. So keep your pelvic floor engaged. You can kind of now, as we're sitting here, start to tighten from back to front, and then just release it. So it's a gentle contraction. It's not like a massively big contraction. Just draw pelvic floor in and up, and then gently release. But we want to try and keep the pelvic floor engaged throughout the Pilates session, keeping the spine lengthened, chest lifted. Lovely. Right, so we've got some connection with our abdominals now. We've got some breathing patterns in our mind. We're going to move away from the back of the chair, so we're not kind of rounding our spine and collapsing for now. We're just keeping that length. We're just going to start moving the shoulders. So what we're going to do here is just some gentle circular movements with the shoulders. Just a couple of times back, just to wake up the shoulder joints, and then a few times forward. So you can make these as small as you like or as big as you like, but just consciously feel tension removing from the shoulder area. If you're feeling a little bit more adventurous, you may want to place your fingers on the shoulders and just do some gentle circular movements backwards, and then just change direction and roll them forwards. So again, just waking up shoulder area. It's often where we carry a lot of tension around that area, so just loosen up. And then we're going to reach the arms forward, palms face in, and we're going to do a bit of protraction, retraction. So as we inhale, we're going to draw the arms away from the body and forward, and as we exhale, we're going to draw them back in. So we're just reaching forward with the shoulder blades, not the upper body. As we exhale, we draw back. So a bit of protraction, retraction here, just to loosen up. Keep your chin parallel to the floor and look forward. Just gently move the arms forward and back. So you can kind of see that it's just the shoulder blades moving here, not my upper body. Keeping the pelvic floor engaged, keeping some tightness there. So inhale, reach forward. Exhale. Inhale one more time, and then exhale, and then just release the arms down. Release the shoulders, loosen up. We're going to do a couple of chin nods now, just to get our neck to move. So we're going to keep looking forward. We're going to inhale, drop the chin down, look towards the floor, and then as we exhale, we're going to lift up, and then we're going to gently drop the chin down. So just a couple of little head nods here, just to connect with our cervical spine, the area that the part of the spine that runs through our neck. Be very gentle here, just chin nods down, don't force the movement, just gently drop the chin down, just warming up the neck. Again, area where we sometimes create a lot of tension. And then just gently go to the side, again focusing on the breath. Exhale, inhale center, exhale turn, inhale center. Exhale turn, inhale center, exhale turn, inhale center, and then just release. Shoulder roll again. We're going to get the spine to move now. So re-engage your pelvic floor, and we're going to do some rotation here. So we're going to reach the arms up in this position. Fingers are long and strong. Relax your shoulders. Keep them drawing back and down. Keep looking forward. We're going to inhale. Exhale, turn. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, opposite way. Inhale back to your center. And again. Inhale back to center. Exhale. Inhale back to center. Keep going. One more, please. And then release your center, place your hands down. Have a short little break here. You can grab some water if you like, just to moisten the mouth. Perhaps it's feeling a bit dry with the breathing. And then we're just going to come back. So we're just going to start to move out. So we've kind of got the spine to rotate now. We've got our shoulders to move. We've got some connection with our pelvic floor and with our deeper abdominal muscles. We're just going to start moving the spine a little bit now. So we're going to take the legs out. So just walk your feet out slightly here. We're going to lift up. We're going to take the arms to the side. We're going to inhale, reach up. Exhale, drop your chin. And then slowly flex forward, scooping back up. And then release, reach the arms up. Exhale, drop your chin, bring the arms round, you scoop up, gently lift up, reach the arms up. So again, we're just gently allowing ourselves some forward flexion, reaching, scooping up from the earth, keeping the shoulders released, reaching up, looking towards the ceiling. One more time, you're hinging from your hips here, you're drawing the arms up, and we're just releasing one more time. So we've kind of got some forward flexion there. You may feel quite a nice little stretch through the lower back there as you lean forward. So we're going to revisit that later. That was just to kind of get some forward flexion, kind of to roll forward. Be mindful of that if you have any blood pressure issues. Don't overdo the movement. Maybe just keep your eye lines slightly ahead of you rather than straight down. So from here, we're going to place our hands onto our lower back, and we're just going to lift up and do a gentle back bend. So we're going to kind of look up towards the ceiling, lean back, gently start to just head towards the back of the chair, and then we're just going to round forward a little bit here, and then just release. Placing our hands on our lower back, we're going to lift up from the tailbone. We're going to gently look up towards the ceiling, just very gently push the chest forward. And then we're going to gently release round. And then we're just going to lengthen up. So again, it's kind of forward flexion and then lifting up just to get the spine to move. So we're going to make that movement a little more dynamic now. You can always go back to the slower version if you need to. So we're going to inhale. And then we're going to exhale and lift. Inhale, round. Exhale, lift. So really be gentle here. Don't overdo the movement. We're just kind of allowing the spine to move, particularly your thoracic spine. Lift up. Keep the chest lifted. Keep the tailbone lengthened. Re-engage your pelvic floor. Feet stay flat on the floor, round. And then release it up. Excellent. Shoulder roll again. So we've hopefully got the body moving a little bit. We're just going to gently lean back in the chair now, keeping your pelvic floor tightened up from back to front. We're going to start warming the legs up. We've kind of got the upper body moving. So re-engage the core muscles. Draw the rib cage in and down. Imagine you had a corset wrapped around the waistline. Really pull in. And from here, you can hold onto the side of the chair if you like, or have your hands on your thighs, left or right leg, doesn't matter which one you do. You're going to lift the leg up, point the toe, and then flex. So point and flex, point and flex. So we're warming up the ankle joint here, just point and flex. You can see how I'm moving the toes, moving the ankle, keeping it nice and steady. And then release down. Lovely. Now the other leg, please. So you lift up. Now I'm going to focus on breath. Inhale, exhale. So inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Release down. Now you should have felt the quadriceps working there in the front of your thighs quite hard. So you've really got to think about working in front of those muscles. So we've got the ankles moving now. For the next one, We're going to just gently kind of let the knees move a little bit here. So just do a couple of gentle knee kicks forward and then swap over to the other leg just to get the knees moving a little bit. It just feels good sometimes just to loosen up the knee joint. You might want to wriggle your toes here a little bit, do some ankle circles, and then release. Place your feet on the floor. Now we're going to pick up the first prop, the ball, or the soft cover book if you have it. We're going to place it between the knees. And all I want you to do here, we're going to work the inner thighs, draw the pelvic floor up. We're going to do some gentle inner thigh squeezes. So sit tall, hands on your thighs, or hold on to the side of the chair. We're going to inhale. We're going to exhale, squeeze the ball or the book. Strong exhale through gently pursed lips. Keep that going. You should be feeling your quads starting to fire a little bit. The inner thighs starting to work. Perhaps the outer thighs are compensating a little bit more, but just squeeze, 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 and then hold. Squeeze harder. Feel the shaking. Breathe. And then release. Relax. Take it out, just give you a little bit of a shake out here. If it feels nice, you can let the knees flop in and out. Just wake up the hips a little bit. We're going to do that again. So we're hitting the inner thighs there and core abdominal muscles. So re-engage pelvic floor, please. Draw up from back to front. Keep your spine lengthened. Soften your shoulders. Drop your chin down slightly so you're not hyperextending the neck. Hands to the side or on your thighs. And again, inhale, exhale. Squeeze that ball in. If you've got a book, you've got to perhaps be a little more gentle with it, but just focus on really tightening in the inner thighs. Don't grimace, don't frown, focus on the breath. Lovely work, keep it going. 3, 2, hold it now. Keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Feel the inner thighs starting to shake, breathe. Keep the chest lifted, spine long, and then just release. Ooh, that really worked up those inner thighs. Excellent work. So we've got them working. Do a couple of gentle kind of like, let that flop in and out a little bit, just to loosen everything up. And then from here, we're just going to do some gentle leg extensions. So sitting nice and tall now. We're going to do inhale, exhale, alternate. Point your toes. So as you extend the leg, contract the front of the thigh, point the toes. Try not to lean back, keep the chest lifted. It's quite challenging, so if you do find that's happening, don't get frustrated. Just work on reconnecting with the abdominal muscles. Pelvic floor tightens. Picking up. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more, and release. Have a little break. Shake it out, loosen up, roll out the shoulders. Okay. We're going to use our prop now. We're going to use our Dynaband. You don't have to use the Dynaband. You can repeat the exercise that we just did, which is just alternating leg extension, just as effective, all right? Otherwise, we're going to place the Dynaband onto one leg. Okay, so make sure the Dynaband's kind of in the middle of the foot. All right. You're going to inhale, chest up, pelvic floor tightens. You're going to push. So remember your option here, you can alternate. So those of you who've got a band, just push against the band. So we're sticking to one leg, those of you with the band. Exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Ooh, that really worked the front of the thighs. Swapping over to the other leg, please. Those of you who've been doing alternating legs, have a short break, shake it out. Let's repeat that. You've got about 10 repetitions on this side, same as on the other one. Straighten up, chest lifted, eye line forward, drop your chin, please. Pelvic floor tightens, lift up, knee in. So the arms are staying still. You're just pushing against that resistance. Tensing the front of your thigh. Excellent work. Keep it going. You've got about 4 left. 4, exhale. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knee, place the foot down. Lovely work. Shake it out. Same thing here. Just do this with the legs a little bit. Feels good. You might, if you feel comfortable, kind of do a little bit of a rotation for the hip here. A couple of moves to each side, just to loosen up the hip a little bit. If it feels safe for you to do that a few times, and then release. Re-engage your pelvic floor, please. Sit nice and tall. Holding onto the band again, we're just going to work the shoulder blades. So for this, I'm actually just going to turn the chair at more of an angle for you, so you can kind of see my shoulder position. So you can see I've still got space behind me between the back of the chair and my back, because it is tempting when you're feeling tired to kind of just collapse around. So always revisit that lengthening through the spine. If you need to have a short break, have a little break, that's fine. You won't lose any points for it. But always come back to this nice tall posture. Soften your shoulders, please. Now we're going to hold on to our band. And again, you can have a towel for this. If you have a large towel, you can roll it up and use it instead. We're going to lift the arms up. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. Take the arms just slightly behind the shoulders and then reach back up. So you can see how I'm coming back behind, the band's touching my neck, and then I'm releasing up. So it's kind of like just working shoulder blades and lats here. Be nice and gentle, don't overdo it. Just keep it nice and controlled. So exhale, inhale, release. Exhale, come down. Inhale, release up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, release up. Keep it going nice and controlled. And then last one. And then just bring the band in front. Without the band, you can just bring the arms up and do that. So we're still working our shoulders. We're just focusing on allowing the arms to just be slightly behind the shoulders. And the aim is we're sort of working our lats and our trapezius muscles there. What we want to avoid is this, hunching and rounding. You really want to keep it lifted because we're opening through the chest, through the collarbone, all right? So remember your options. You don't need to use a band. You can just use your own lovely body weight. But if you have access to a Dynaband, please use that. We're going to do a second set. So again, you've got an option here to re-engage, to modify if you need to. If you get tired, have a break, join back in. Lift up, chest up, and gently release back. Nice and easy. So again, just allow the shoulder blades to kind of part ways as the band comes back. Good work. Keep it nice and controlled. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Excellent. You're going to have a break. Shake it out. Roll the shoulders out. Coming back in 2 sets. We just had a little bit of music coming through there. Apologies for that. It's the perils of filming on YouTube in a studio. So have some water. So again, the object of that sort of lat pull down was to open up that sort of movement. And even if you don't have a band during the day, if you do a lot of cooking or gardening and you're sort of, you know, you're over a stove or you're weeding or you're raking or anything like that, it's good just to kind of do that movement just to get the shoulders to retract a little bit. So you're not rounding, but you're lifting up and relaxing the shoulders as you do it. So it's a really nice one to do on a regular basis if you can, even just maybe taking out 5 minutes of your day and doing it. All right, so we've worked the legs, we've worked shoulders, we've worked core muscles, etc., etc. We're just going to start to get some spinal movements now. So we're going to reach the arms up, and then as we go down, we're going to slowly and gently just reach to the side, lifting up, looking up towards the ceiling, not overdoing it. And then we're going to slowly come back to the center, take the arm to the other side, lifting up, fingers long and strong, reaching up without hunching the shoulders, exhaling, inhaling back, exhaling up, inhaling back. 2 more, please. So just a lovely rotation for the spine here again, just to get rid of any tension in the body. Lift up and then gently release back to your center. Short break now. You can round a little bit here. You can just relax back into the chair. You can let your pelvic floor go for a couple of seconds and breathe. Have some water. All right, lovely. Some forward flexion now for your spine. So we spoke about this earlier. This time around, I want you to widen your legs a little bit. So take them out to the side. I might just turn the chair around slightly so you've got a better angle. So kind of just as far as you feel comfortable. You know, don't force them out. Keep the chest lifted now and re-engage your pelvic floor. So draw up from back to front. Keep the rib cage connected, drawing down. Chest is lifted. We're going to inhale. And then we're going to exhale. We're just going to gently allow ourselves to flex forward. So you may want to just stop here. That might be far enough for you, and that's fine. You might want to place your hands on the floor and then just let your head soften down. Now breathe into that. Feel that lovely flexion through the lower spine, through the hips a little bit. And just take a few breaths here. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more time. In through the nose. Soften your shoulders. Out through the mouth. And then slowly come back up. Straightening up from the tailbone. Walk the feet in. And rest. So allowing ourselves to flex forward, kind of releasing some tension through lower back and hips. So we're going to repeat that. Make any adjustments now. If you found the first set was a little bit challenging, you're welcome to just stop here and just kind of allow the head to soften down. That might be enough for you. Otherwise, we're going to inhale up. Exhale, gently swan dive down, and then again allow the hands to touch the floor and shake your head, yes, no, maybe, just let it, or just hold it still. Breathe into that. Feel a little bit of a pull through the inner thighs, feet should be flat. Soften your shoulders, breathe, feel the pull through the lower back. Relax, smile at yourself, you're doing a brilliant job wherever you are. And then slowly come back up, lengthen up through the spine, and just release. So that forward flexion is just allowing us to move the spine in that direction. It's always safe to do it chair-based if you suffer from dizziness or anything like that, because you've got the chair there to support you. And if you do have a little bit of a dizzy spell, just sit quietly for a few seconds and allow the blood to go back down to the toes. Maybe have some water just to be safe. Right, from here, we're just going to do a little bit of a stretch for the hamstrings now. So we're going to shuffle forward. We're going to extend one leg out. Curl the toes in towards you. Draw them tummy muscles in. We're going to inhale the arms up. And we're going to exhale. Just flex forward. Allow the hands to touch the knee, the thigh, or your shins. And just feel a pull through the back of the legs here. Again, don't force it. Just allow the stretch to happen. Breathe into it and be grateful for where you are today. You might need to bend the knee a little bit. Otherwise, you can straighten the leg, relax the shoulders, breathe, and then slowly come up We're going to extend the opposite leg out, toes curl in. We're going to inhale up, and we're going to exhale, flex forward again. So again, allow the hands to land where they want to. It's not about forcing the stretch. You need to feel it through the back of your leg. Just breathe into it and release. A couple of breaths here. You might want to wiggle the toes if you like as well, just to wake up the smaller joints of the body, get some circulation going there, and then slowly release. Good work. Sit nice and tall. Breathe into it. Picking up the band again. We're going to hold it, sitting as tall as you can. Now, palms face down towards the floor. Okay, now again, you don't need the band for this. We'll demonstrate the exercise without the band after this set. Bring your feet slightly apart, feet flat on the floor. We're going to inhale, exhale. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, pull. Inhale back to your center. Exhale, pull. Inhale back to your center, exhale, pull. Inhale back to your center, just do 2 more please. This is your last one. And then just release down. Shake out the hands for me please. Maybe just move your wrists a little bit here. Shake out your fingers a little bit. That's it. Without the band now, have a look. You can see how my spine's lengthening, pelvic floor is re-engaged. We're going to inhale, exhale, pull out. Inhale back to your center, exhale, pull out. So again, chest opening here. Inhale, exhale. Working front of shoulders as well. Inhale, exhale. Do 1 more, please. And then release down. Excellent, everyone. So roll out the shoulders, just get rid of any tension in the body. Take a few breaths here, release, have some water. So that was just a very short, it's about 30 minutes, chair-based Pilates session that you can do any time of the day. And remember, try and do it a few times so you get the sense of your breath, your pelvic floor, the movements through the body. Listen to the body. Remember, don't get frustrated if you struggle with some things. Just be mindful of and revisit the video if you need to, and watch it a few times so you get the sense of it. But we've worked kind of the whole body. We've got the spine moving in different directions, and hopefully we've got some more some more awareness of our posture as well. So just coming up to standing for a sec, I'm just going to come around to the chair, and I'm just going to do a little bit of a stretch. So if you've got the chair here, just sort of bend the knees and just wiggle your hips a little bit here, just to loosen up. You can relax your head. It feels quite like a nice stretch for the hips and the lower back. Breathe here, relax, and then slowly walk forward, and then release. Excellent work. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. It's been a while since I've done some chair-based sort of Pilates stuff. So please, any comments in the comment section below. If there's anything specific that you want to see a bit more of, do let me know as well. Maybe something more challenging. Remember, if you go to the playlist section of the YouTube channel, you've got different categories of workouts. So there's Zumba Gold for those of you who want some kind of dance movement, and there are some strength training and circuit training type workouts that you can do. Some are sort of 30 minutes, some 40, 45 minutes, some Zumba sessions are 10 minutes, some are 30 minutes. So you've got quite a lot of choice. But thank you so much for staying engaged with us throughout this time. Please look after yourselves. I know things are a little bit worrying again, But yeah, just keep looking after yourselves, and I will hopefully see you back at the club soon. Thank you to anyone else who's watching from overseas, and for the lovely feedback and comments as well. And hopefully one day we'll meet. So take care, everyone, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye bye.